Welcome back to Live Darts with me, Phill Barrs, and welcome to our Unibet Premier League Week 2 preview. But only one place to start. Let's recap on night 1 in Newcastle, and it certainly didn't disappoint. The atmosphere was electric. The games were just absolutely sensational as well. A great night of darts all round. First up, we had James Wade beating Raymond van Barneveld 7-4. Wadey doing what Wadey does. He was a breakdown, found a way to get back, and sadly, Barney just did a Barney. The head started to go, didn't look happy, but Wade will be over the moon, off with 2 points. Big few weeks for Barney. Can he bounce back? He needs to get some points on the board and quickly, otherwise his season could be over by March, and that would be unthinkable in his final year. Second game of the night saw Gerwyn Price produce the performance of the night, beating Daryl Gurney 7-4. Price found himself 2-0 down, but averaging about 115 at the time, soared back into the lead. His first ever win in the Premier League, his best TV performance. The Iceman will be over the moon with that as he moves into week 2 of the Premier League. But tough night for him, but we'll come on to that shortly. Third game of the night saw the first contender match as Chris Dobie took on Mensah Suljovic. Dobie's walk-on was just electric. He picked a Newcastle United anthem to walk on to, and spine-tingling moment in darts. It's going to take some beating for the rest of the year, and we're only in February. The game, 6-all. Dobie roared into a lead, playing amazing, but Mensah showed why he's a major winner. Pegged him back, averaging about 108 in spells to bring it back 6-all. Deserved point for each. Well, I say point for each. We all know Mensah gets his point, Chris doesn't, but great performance from Chris, and only a matter of time until we see more of him on TV. I'm convinced of that. Third game of the night was the game of the night on paper, and it was world number 1, world champion Michael van Gerwen taking on his new darting rival, bully boy Michael Smith. MVG ran out a 7-5 winner, but it took an 11 dart leg in the final leg for MVG to snatch all 2 points. Bully boy wasn't at his best, but his B game is now pushing everyone to the absolute limit. The boy is going to be a star, there's no question about that. Only a matter of time until he picks up his first major. But who will stop Michael van Gerwen? I don't know. I think he'll win the Premier League personally at this early stage. Just sensational from MVG. Over 100 average again. Just unplayable at times. Final game of the night saw Rob Cross take on Peter Wright, and again it was a 6-all draw, but that's we've seen both players play on TV for a while, both over 100 average, both absolutely solid all night long. So great plus signs for Rob Cross and Peter Wright fans as they're moving forward with their game, much better than 2018 already, as both take a point on opening night. So after the first round of games, the overall betting hasn't changed much. MVG still a huge odds-on favourite with the bookies. Is he worth betting on? Probably not, because he's far too short. But like we said elsewhere, bully boy Michael Smith, there's a few that are good prices. If you look back and recap on our opening night preview, you'll see who we tip. Moving on to week 2 in Glasgow. Now, it's going to be a bit funny in Glasgow because there's no Gary Anderson, as we know. So who will be the crowd favourite? Probably Barney, because they love him up in Scotland. But another sensational night of darts ahead as we look forward to this. First up, we've got Peter Wright against Michael Smith. Peter Wright 7-4. Michael Smith 11-10. Not much between them. This could be a really good game. Wright has shown in recent weeks massive improvements in his game. Averaged 115, I think, on the Pro Tour this weekend in patches. Michael Smith doing what he does. I think Bully Boy might just nick this one, but maybe draw no bet, just to throw that in there as well, just to cover yourself. But it should be a great game to kick us off in Glasgow. Second game on, we've got Rob Cross against James Wade. Rob 11-10, James 7-4. Again, not much between them. Will Wade go wading again this week? James is in the best form we've seen for many years right now. Really tough to beat. Tops and tens working really well for him. But again, Rob on TV last week, sensational. Over 100 average. This could be a real tight, tense game. I fancy Rob, most 180s in this game would be my pick of the bets for this one. Too close to call a winner. If I had to put a gun to my head, I'd say Rob just nicks it, but that's not with any real confidence. Third game of the night sees Raymond van Barneveld take on Gerwyn Price. Price 11-10, Barney 7-4. After what we saw last week and on the Pro Tour this weekend, some real value in Gerwyn Price, I think, at 11-10. The Iceman enjoying life, enjoying darts again. Barney, we just don't know what's going to turn up. He's sensational 1 minute, and then the next is just a bit of a damp squid. He did average 102 one game on the streaming board on the Pro Tour, but that was the highlight for the weekend. But some real value in price this weekend, I feel. Next up, game number 4 is the contender game, and this could be spine-tingling as well. We have Daryl Gurney taking on the reigning 3-times Lakeside World Champion Glenn Durrant. Where do we start with this game? Both 7-5. The bookies can't split them, and we can't either. It's going to be a thriller of a game. But Durrant, first Pro Tour weekend, the weekend just gone, and he makes a final. Loses in a last leg decided to Chizzy, but Glenn's showing his absolute class, and he will revel in this atmosphere in Scotland. We all know Duzzer plays better on stage, but Daryl Gurney looking to bounce back. He needs some points early doors, doesn't want to lose his first 2 games and then be scrapping for points as the season goes on. This goes long for me. I think this has legs in it, I really do. Hard to split them. I don't think Durrant will lose, is my gut. I think that Durrant will be the crowd favourite as well in this. But I think there'll be a lot of 180s, so I'd probably attack the over market in the 180s as the game really is a coin toss. But we will see how Durrant's game is against the very best in a packed Hydro Arena this weekend. Really looking forward to this game. This is probably the one that I'm looking forward to most out of this week. Last game on sees Mensah Suljovic take on Michael van Gerwen. MVG 3-10, odds on favourite, 6-1 for Suljovic. I don't think this is a doubt. I think most of us think that MVG will win this. But Mensah, real signs of his game is in a good place right now. Played really well in the Masters. Battled back superbly well last week. His doubling last week was sensational and not double 14 for once. His tops 32s were working really well for him last week. But for us, MVG gets the job done this week in Glasgow and makes it 2 wins from 2. Well everyone, hope you've enjoyed our preview of the Unibet Premier League for week number 2 in Glasgow. Remember, follow us on all social media handles at Live Darts. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram and YouTube. Just want to thank you all for your kind comments and the viewing numbers that we've done over the last week in the Premier League. Some really top stuff. So thank you all very much from us, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks everyone.